So, Marvel Midnight Suns is finally out, and this is by far one of my favorite launches, sort of this year. Yes, we have God of War, Ragnarok, which is another good banger, but sadly I can't play it because I don't have a PS5. But I've watched plenty of content on it. Um, we have Callisto Protocol. We have a lot of launches: Elden Ring, Forbidden Horizon West. But one game that truly have made like something I genuinely wanted to see and wanted to see the devs make another of will be Marvel Midnight Suns. Now, this is made by the developers of XCOM, so I wouldn't see this as an XCOM 3 by chance, but it is definitely something I love to see, a new IP and new what they had to offer. So I basically dropped the $60 price tag, and today's review will be my first few bits of playing, and I want to let players know what to expect from a $60 game by XCOM. Oh, by the XCOM devs, or 2K Firaxis. So just keep let you guys know, my good old audience, the Outcast community, this review is not a full-on review of the game from start to finish. It is not. It is just currently the observations that I have noticed during my time playing, and I do have a couple of gripes and a lot of good stuff I want to talk about. So let's just jump right into it. So what is Marvel Midnight Suns? Marvel's Midnight Suns is the ultimate crossover event combining a great story, character relationships, customization, progression, pretty much everything you will see from an RPG, with my favorite thing about it is the tactical strategy and the combat mechanics of card-based tactics. Now, some of you, that may set you apart, that may make you not the happiest, but to somebody like me, I'm loving it. So this game is set in the most darker side of the Marvel Universe. You will forge unbreakable bonds with legendary Marvel superheroes and, of course, dangerous supernatural warriors in the fight against the world's greatest threat yet, which would be Lilith and the Elder God Shaitan. Come to find out, this wasn't the very first time us heroes had to battle Lilith. So we do play as the Hunter, which would be Lilith's daughter, and the very first fully customizable original hero in the Marvel Universe. So you definitely can personalize the appearance, choose your reactions to different situations, and of course build friendships with Marvel legends, spanning from the Avengers to X-Men, Runaways, and much more. Decide on who you want to take on the missions, which missions to embark on, and a host of other options to make this unique experience. And one thing you will notice in the early stages of playing, you will feel a bit left out of the story of what happened when Lilith first came and was beaten by us. So that was throwing me off just a little bit because I was just sitting here like, well, why? What's going on? How did the original fight play out? You did get some particular scenes to explain that, which would be like sort of the dreams, but they're very vague. But like I said, didn't beat the game, so a lot of things could be explained later on. But this is just what I need to just get off my chest as me playing. So the story by far is some really good work, being from the original comic books with the spin on it. From the creators of the critically acclaimed Tactical XCOM series, comes in engaging in a deep customizable card-based battle system. That, from someone who is a fan of playing TCG, sparked my interest heavily when coming into this game, and this Mass Effect style of dialogue and or relationship options, and most of your time playing the game will be outside of battle. But by talking to the heroes and leveling up the bond you have with them, the second side of the gameplay is a little bit more on the actual combat side. You can only bring a team of 3 heroes at a time on any mission, so you can be able to choose wisely of who you want to build that relationship with. Now, this game has a lot of comedic moments. In the very first few moments of that, it is Iron Man. He's just cracking as many wise jokes as he can, no matter who it is, what it is. And you will notice that a lot of all the other heroes will actually just sigh at him and groan at him, just like, oh, Tony, why? You know, he's starting to sort of grow on me a little bit. Definitely what not used to, since thanks to the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm so used to Robert Downey Jr.'s type of Iron Man. But hey, it's perfectly fine. Like I said, you can't expect that same type of level into a video game. That's what we noticed back in the Marvel Avengers game that came out a few years ago. So you can basically choose wisely of who you want to build a relationship with, because like I said earlier, there is a relationship status in this game where you talk to people, and depending on your options, you do have things that piss them off, you have things that they don't like, and there's a lot of Paragon type of work going on here. So I definitely love that added bits to it. But like I said, the game does have the comedic moments. Some of them are cringeworthy, but it does try its best to bring humor to the dark side of the Marvel universe. Now, your main headquarters is the Abbey, which is a supernatural place that is a between realms and magic. Magic, the hero, can be able to help you go to and from location to location. But in the Abbey, you can upgrade your gear, head out to missions, and much more. The combat is really fun and definitely adding a twist to the XCOM's original way of combat, in which the strategic card system and how you go about your deck will actually dictate how smooth or bad your fights will go. It is completely turn-based, meaning you can play out your hand first depending on how many points the card is before you end your turn, similar to mana cost in most card games you will probably have already played, or if you haven't, essentially you basically have to use a particular amount of points or mana depending on the game before you can be able to play said card, and Midnight Suns goes about that in the exact same way. You do have one time to move, you do have two chances to redraw a card, and you get technically 3 cards to play depending on the situation from the cards. Blade by far is my favorite character. He saved my butt in a lot of situations early on, and I love it. But here comes the sad part that I didn't even want to even add, won't even want to talk about really, and for somebody who was just super excited to play this game. But we got to talk about it. I need you guys to know what's going on. But God, good Lord, this game is a mess. My biggest gripe about Midnight Suns, I have noticed decent amount of laggy issues during cutscenes. The third person sequences when you're in the Abbey, it lags heavily, like it makes it literally unbearable and unplayable. I do have a 3060 Ti, and I have also lowered my settings because my 3060 Ti detected me to be able to play this game on Epic. So I'm thinking like maybe it's just graphical card issues or something of that nature. But nope, I lowered my settings all the way down to medium and even low. Still nothing. There are even laggy bits even between sentences. So if Tony said something, it will lag and then repeat what he said. And for a $60 game, that is insane. That is insane. That is like, bro, this feels like Cyberpunk all over again, but I don't know which one's worse at this point. But the game is definitely launched on a 2K launcher, and even if you bought, because I bought the game on Steam, and I also downloaded it on Steam, but I hit play, and I'm like, well, why am I in 2K? I didn't buy the game on 2K. So there's a bit of there, and I did a little bit of research, come to find out, because 2K being launched, it's actually eating away at your CPU and your RAM. And of course, this game requires at least 16 gigs of RAM, and I have 16 gigs of RAM. I don't need nothing else eating away at my resources when I'm just barely meeting the full requirements to be able to play this game. Graphics I'm fine on, CPU I'm fine on. It's just that the RAM, it requires 16 gigs. I have 16 gigs. I don't need nothing else eating away, especially when I'm trying to record, and it's taxing down on it. You guys know that stuff. Which would actually technically sadly make my review cut very short, since right now it is hard for me to continue playing the game due to the heavy amounts of lag I have received just to have simple conversations with characters. Like literally it's a single player game. That's the part that's killing me the most and is making me the most upset. But I'm just want it to be fixed. There's some type of patch. Hopefully this video can get pushed out to the devs and you guys can see it, but there is definitely some laggy bits in it. Did check out the reviews on it just to see, do my own little research, do my due diligence, and a lot of other players are also experiencing this, especially if you go to the Steam page itself. There's plenty of people talking about the lagginess and just how unstable this game feels, and it's a single player game. Like this type of lag I've experiencing feels like I'm playing a multiplayer game. But right now, I can't even pause the game, can't even save the game without having some type of lag issue or anything without having to wait a couple of seconds or even a minute just to do simple things. If the devs can definitely send that patch for the laggy problems, then the game can be good in my books. But before I say that, what's even worse is the fact that they also offer a season pass. Now, keep in mind, this game is $60. It is $60 just to buy the game. They're offering a $50 season pass. That makes this game from a $60 game to a $110 game. $60 game just to get the bare bone experience just from the jump, and a laggy experience at that. And then another $50 just to enjoy a brand new hero, 23 skins, new enemies, and much more from what I've read on Steam. That's insane. Most season passes are at least $10, and they're free games at best if you count Destiny. Paid game turned free to play season pass. Sure. But it's still, there's no way that they're offering $50 season pass on a $60 game. Like, yeah, that's cool, new hero, but honestly, that season pass stuff should be already added into this game. 23 skins, new enemies. Like, I don't know what was their end goal. Some of you may be able to tell me in the comment section, but there's no way that this is a $110 game just for me to get a brand new hero, 23 skins, new enemies, like new experience almost. I haven't fully read the entire thing of what you get for the season pass, but at $50, that's insane. And it's a single player game. Like, most people are going to play through the game, beat the game, call it a day. Unless they're going to add on to this game after Lilith. Like, I can see DLC worth, because they do say that there will be for future DLC. So what, DLC of like newer missions, newer story bits, newer whatever? Like, is this becoming a live service game where it's like Destiny, like by the season, new enemies, new this, new that? You know, there could be a lot of things, but right now from the jump, they should have never offered a $60 game and then another $50. Like, that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of players. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. If you've already played Marvel Midnight Suns, have you guys been experiencing those laggy issues? Are you a fan of this season pass? Let me know. I would love to talk to you guys in the comment section below. But if you guys want to check out the other content I have also covered on Marvel Midnight Suns, then I'll leave a card in the top right hand corner. Links you right back to my older videos. If you guys enjoyed me, the host, KSD subscribe to the channel. I got more RPGs coming up for you guys. Don't you worry. PC and mobile, I got you covered. Guides, nudes, gameplays, the whole nine. If you really enjoyed today's video, then a like to the video would be great. It helps me get out there, you know, try to build this community up, the Outcast community. We're trying to still get to that 1,000 subscribers. Helps out a lot. Thank you guys so much. But it's always, it's been your host, KSD here at Chaotic Inc. Signing out. Peace.
I make them manifest. I don't sleep, that's so weak, don't plan to rest. I'm from a hood where you die if you don't pack a vest. No culinary degrees, but whipping crack the best. Chefing, hard times taught lessons. Praying every night to pull up in park Benzes. What's my home is what you call trenches. You wouldn't last a day seeing life through all lenses. It's all tension, no sun, it raining plenty. Full-time job, still can never make a